The offence was said to be punishable under 3 item 27 of the Lagos State Transport Sector Reformed Law 2018. Now, following the plea of the drivers, the court ordered the forfeiture of their vehicles to the state government. The court also ordered 43 other drivers to pay various sums as fines to the state government for plying the BRT corridor and causing road obstruction. What is your take on this headline? How do you think we can resolve this? Do you think the punishment meted to drivers who drove against traffic, 31 vehicle owners, do you think this punishment was deserving? We must not undermine the fact that we must not say that lawlessness is acceptable. We must break things down into what they are. We must say things as they are. But do you think this is an extreme measure to actually put an end to driving against traffic? 20 minutes past 9. This is Women Radio 91.7.
Hey, great people! It is a fact that life is about great options and choices. We want this, we want that at different times for different reasons. Our browsing experience is not different. Yes, choices and options in your internet experience will definitely to mind the pioneer 4G LTE network in Nigeria. Yes, Spectranet offers you a wide range of options in your browsing needs. At Spectranet, every internet modem is fully loaded with a whopping gigabyte of data, plus 100% data bonus on first 3 renewals. This means lots and lots of data for all you have ever wanted to do online, with the capacity to connect up to 10 users, so you and your family or colleagues can be fully connected for an exciting browsing experience. Isn't that one of the coolest things you've heard recently? Add this to the free unlimited night browsing. Wow, free unlimited night browsing definitely means more music, more online gaming, more online courses, more news and updates. Lest I forget, with Spectranet, you don't have to worry about theft or damage to your modem. Yes, SpectraSure has got your modem covered with free device protection against theft and damage for 1 year. So, how do you want it? Check out the inviting and exceptional Evo MiFi. Sleek and gorgeous Ace MiFi, the captivating and fabulous Freedom MiFi, the dazzling and awesome Blaze CPE, and the bold and engaging Flight CPE. Learn more at www.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917.
22 minutes past 9. This is Women Radio 91.7. You are listening to the big question. If you are just joining us, we already started the conversation, and right now I'd like as much as possible, but please let's do well to keep our comment very, very civil. We're talking about the Lagos State Mobile Court, which has actually ordered a feature of 31 vehicles to the state government over violation of a traffic rule, and the drivers of these vehicles were arraigned by the Lagos State Environmental and Special Offense Unit, which we all call the task force, on a 1-count driving against traffic. Say where there is no law, there is no rule. So now that there is a law, but do you think that this decision by the Lagos Mobile Court is a bit harsh? And what are the possible solutions in order for us to curb the issues with regards to driving against traffic? We understand 100% that driving in Lagos can be a lot of work. Traffic can be excessive. Driving in Lagos can actually be pretty tough. But again, does this actually warrant this particular form of punishment where they have to forfeit their vehicle? We don't even know the stories behind some of these drivers. We don't know how long it's taken them to be able to get a vehicle. We don't know the story of if they are private vehicles. The details are not given to us. But we're just on a general conversation this morning. Does it worth it for these drivers? Their vehicles should be forfeited. 07000 917 917 and 090 256 25455. 07000 917 917 and 090 256 25455. Now, the President Muhammadu Buhari's special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, the president spoke at a particular ceremony with letter of credence of the ambassador to Belgium, Mauritania, and Norway at the presidential villa in Abuja. opportunities for youth development in Nigeria, President Buhari tells Ambassador. Now, one statement I'd like to highlight, and I want us to talk about it on the big question this morning, is the president identified Nigeria's predominantly youthful population as one of the issues posing peculiar new challenge to the country. Do we agree or disagree that in the country is becoming a peculiar new challenge and begin to engage young people? 60% of our population is said to be made up is the youth being a peculiar posing a peculiar new challenge. Let's get to hear from you this morning. 07000 917 917, 07000 917 917, and 090 256 254 55. The numbers to call this morning to be part of the conversation here on the radio. All right. I'll go back to the very first story that we're taking on the big question this morning, which is with regards to driving in Lagos. Yes, what are your experiences with traffic? Of late, there has been terrible traffic on the city of Lagos. Quite terrible one. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. All right, just do well to call us back. 07000 917 917 is the number for you to call to be part of the conversation here this morning. So we understand that driving in Lagos can be pretty tough. I have had my fair share of driving in Lagos. I've had my fair share of driving in Lagos, and I know what it feels like and how you can be tempted to drive against traffic. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Alfred. I'm calling from
You're calling from where?
From
Okay, good to have you on the radio. All right, make your contribution.
Okay, concerning the driving in Lagos, I think it's misplaced priority by the government concerning the mobile course. You see, if you are talking about the traffic alone, I mean, I have the people spend almost more than 4 hours. You spend 2 hours going to work, 2 hours coming back.
Okay.
That's on the minimum. And you are still now punishing the people who have stressed themselves out already, trying to just make ends meet. I think the best thing they should have done is to look into all the accessories. Whereby if there is traffic on the main road, there are all accessories that can be taken by those drivers. That is what the government is supposed to pay more attention to, not coming to be punishing people unnecessarily.
Do you think
to be punishing people unnecessarily?
Do you think
their responsibility?
Okay, the punishment is not unnecessary, but I think the major conversation is to find out if it's too harsh, because if people drive against traffic, it's against the law to drive against traffic. I hope you're aware of that.
Yes, we know. But what we are saying here is there is only the root cause to everything. There is only the root cause.
Okay.
Before a driver will decide to go against and drive against the traffic and all of that, that means the traffic has been very hectic. And you will be spending it has 6 hours, 8 hours sometimes. So those are the root causes.
Okay.
So you want them to sleep over there or what?
Thank you.
You want them to sleep over there? No.
Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. But I'd want to counter it and say, is that enough reason for us to break the law? Because traffic is on standstill. Does that give us enough reasons to break the law? And when we see other people going against traffic, and we see other people staying in that traffic, that doesn't make them I don't know, we want to use certain languages. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Real One. I'm calling from my 12.
Good morning, Real One. How is my 12 this morning?
Fine, thank you.
Yes.
Fine. I've been on the road. I work in Akute, so I kind of understand both sides of the argument. So one thing I've not been able to research because of my hearing is I know it is punishable, but is it in the law that they should forfeit their vehicles, or it is up to the judge to decide? Because if it is up to the judge to decide, then the punishment is actually too much. But if it is like Fashala's regime where everything was stated in a book, then you would have known that you will be forfeiting your vehicle. I don't know if you understand where I'm going.
Okay, yes.
So you know, in fashion last time there was a pamphlet, there was a book where everything you have known or you should have known. But in this case, if it is not there that the punishment is forfeiture of vehicle, then a judge is making that decision. Then it is too much. It is too much. It does not make anything.
Okay.
Because you could bill me 150,000, bill me 200,000. And if I buy a car for 1 million and I'm looking for 200,000 to build my car, I will learn a handling, but not completing my vehicle. But then it doesn't excuse what these people do sometimes. So I'm going to walk to Akute, and the lane doesn't turn to 5 lanes. The lane will move. And when there's no official there, you see everywhere is standstill. So all of us have to together. So sometimes you need to. It is just too much. That punishment is too much.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. To be part of this conversation, you can also join the conversation on 07000. What we need to do, the president identified that the young population right now, the youths, are actually posing a peculiar new challenge. That the Nigeria's predominantly youthful population is one of the issues posing peculiar new challenge to the country. What is your perspective to this, and how do we begin to solve the problem if the youths have been, the predominantly youthful population are regarded as a peculiar new challenge? What then could be the challenge itself? Hello, good morning. All right, 07000 917 917. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, John from Ebute Meta.
Good morning, John.
The question I'm here to ask is that those Meta.
Good morning, John.
The question I'm here to ask is that those people that are sitting down, those judges, those people, are they not even passing through the same difficulty? Do they not have their own eye to see what is happening in Lagos?
Okay.
So I just believe that Nigerian government, they are just here to put more hardship people, to even make sure people are dead, they don't care. Even you see sometimes sisters, they'll be coming in one way, even arresting people, coming down like an armed robber. So the Nigerian government politicians, they are not good.
All right, thank you, John. Thank you so much, John. Okay, John is, I think what John is trying to say in essence is these judges will make this, will give this verdict. Don't they also go by this particular issue? Can't they be humans before being judged? Let's get your comments also. 07000 25455. Hello, good morning.
Hello, this more opportunities than this country we thrive. Even in this country, we are thriving. You see people doing agri here and there. You see people making the best of the internet that we have. So you cannot just come up with something that is sustainable rather than just sharing trader money and farmers money, which does not make any sense. So just come up with something that will engage the youth and they'll be productive. So you are saying youth is a problem when they should be your asset. So this is just a statement. So this is just a statement of very irresponsible. I don't know. It's just they don't know what to do with what they have. So that's what I would.
All right. Ridwan is saying that the government doesn't know what to do with the gold being handed to them. Hello, good morning. All right, just do want to call us back. 26 minutes to 10. This is Women Radio 91.7. You are listening to The Big Question. And on The Big Question this morning, we're having a conversation around the verdict given to traffic offenders. About 31 drivers have been asked to forfeit their vehicles for driving against traffic, which is actually stated in section part 3, item 27 of, and it's punishable under the Lagos State Transport Sector Reformed Law 2018. So let's get your perspective to this headline. 07000 917 917. We're also looking at the president has actually identified the population of young people, which is actually the teeming, on Thursday identified Nigeria's predominantly youthful population as one of the issues posing peculiar new challenge to the country. How do you think that the predominantly youthful population? You can also send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537.
Hello, yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Ido. I'm actually driving on the road. I'm calling from Lagos City.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I was listening to this review just now, and coming to think of the traffic system, yes, there should actually be stringent measures put in place to curb, traffic offenders.
Okay.
But confiscating their vehicles is something you would not want to actually venture into. There is no part of the world where you see, reverse is the case here. And you start to wonder, like the caller called and was saying, yeah, if you buy your car for about 5 million, 10 million, and the government, so it warns them against entering even the lane or anything whatsoever.
Yes.
Confiscating their vehicles is already a failure on the part of the government. It is already a failure on the part of the government.
Very much for your call this morning, Ido. All right, please make sure you're driving safe and make sure you fasten your seatbelt. These are very basic rules. So I saw a video in the course of the week, and I think anybody who's driving right now should hold on to this advice. If you have to drink a bottle of water, be very, very careful to ensure you put it on don't just put it at the back of your seat, because it can roll from under the chair. I saw the video, the guy put the bottle at the back seat of that's the driver's seat at the back, and then the bottle actually rolled and got to a point it got stuck under his brake, and when he wanted to apply his brake, the bottle was right underneath it. So be very careful as a driver if you're on the road. 07000 917 917. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sunday.
Sunday, where you
from Ogba.
All right, good morning, Sunday.
Okay.
Yes.
So my brother, our people said, let you know where you from. You don't know where you can go.
Okay.
So all these things government are doing, they don't understand where they come from. That's why they didn't know where they are going. How can you put such things? We are talking of hardship in Nigeria. We are now adding more salt to the wound. Now, these boys, is it the most important thing they're supposed to do? Is it the most important thing they're supposed to do? If they let them start from federal to...
Oh, okay. Sorry, I think you might call us back. 22 minutes to 10. This is still the big question on Women Radio 91.7. I'd like to read the statement by the chairman of the Lagos State Environment and Special Offense, CSP, Olayinka Egberemi, who actually issued the order after the drivers pleaded guilty. Now, Egberemi confirmed that out of the 116 traffic offenders, including those apprehended for driving against traffic, only 74 had so far appeared before the court, while urging remaining 86 for the court. While urging remaining 86 others who are yet to appear before the court to do so, Egberemi said the agency acted in response to a series of that activities of one-way drivers were causing serious traffic gridlock on daily basis since the EndSARS protests across the country. And he said, and several warnings daily basis since the EndSARS protests across the country. And he says here that it is painful that with high level of enlightenment campaigns and several traffic, such offense is outright forfeiture of the said vehicle to the government, he said. But do you think that the outright forfeiture of someone's vehicle that they used their money to own, when it's not like it's a loan they took from a bank, where a bank can say, oh, when you have failed to meet up your required payment for this is what would happen to your property. This is an offense that was committed and penalty should be awarded. But is the penalty of forfeiture of the vehicle too much for Lagos? 20 minutes to 10, 07000 917 917 is the number to call this morning, and 090 256 25455. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Wale Ajibade.
Wale, where are you calling me from?
Songo.
From Songo. All right, go on, Wale.
Yes. On the issue of this official vehicles,
okay.
I don't think completely is out of it.
Okay.
If government wants to punish people for disobeying traffic law, there are other ways of doing it.
Okay.
It could be a sort of community level. Send them to center for a week or 2 weeks. Community service where they will be really told why it is necessary to obey these traffic laws. Okay. And maybe they work on their psyche. But forfeiture, I think, is completely up.
Somebody saves money, 2, 3, 4 million, buys a vehicle, and because he offended traffic law, he now forfeit his vehicle. I mean, it doesn't make sense. And when you forfeit this vehicle, forfeit for who? You are forfeiting it for government officials who will now go and buy that vehicle. Forfeiting it for government officials who will now go and buy that vehicle. The vehicle you possess for 200,000. Does it make sense? And on the question of this youth, it's unfortunate that Mr. President is saying that youth constitutes peculiar problem. I don't know what it means by peculiar problem. In other clans, youths, both physical, intellectual, and all the endowment, constitutes it's had a biggest advantage for the country. The government could tap their resources, their natural endowment. The government could tap their resources, their natural endowment, their physical endowment to develop this country. So the new president should never say that it's a peculiar problem. It's supposed to be a peculiar advantage for the country. And to solve this traffic problem, I think the government should ask for a memoranda. And when I'm talking of memoranda, I'm not talking of memoranda from people who will think they are enlightened. Ask everybody to come, market men, market women, traders, partisans. You will surprised that some artisans who are not even educated, they can come up with an idea that will beat a professor of traffic management if there is anything like that. So the government should harness all resources to tackle this problem, not just coming up with the government officials just wake up one day and come out with a sort of penalty that is completely out of it. That is my
all right. Thank you very much, Wally. All right, Women Radio WFM 91.7 this morning. Do well to put a call through on 07000 917 917 to be part of the conversation here this morning on the radio. My name is Daniel Adaja. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ade.
Can you do me a favor, turn down the volume of your radio?
All right, I'll do that.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Ade from Ibafu.
Ade from Ibafu. I can't still hear the radio. You can step away from it.
I'll step away from it.
All right, make your comment.
Yeah, Ade. As per the Lagos season of the vehicle,
yes,
I don't totally support that. Because you can imagine those that bought their vehicle maybe through half or jail. You can imagine the kind of stress we are putting them through. Like somebody like me have already suggested, community punishment can be method, even 3 weeks, 2 weeks. That will correct most of the issues. Then as for the government saying that the youth are a peculiar problem, I don't agree with that because we have a lot of mineral resources and we refuse to harness in this country. Each state have almost all mineral resources we are talking about. But none of the states is giving the permission to harness those mineral resources, which the youth can benefit from. So I think the government should think that.
Okay.
That's my take.
Thank you very much, Ade in Ibafu. All right, it's 9:45 already on the radio, and this is the Women Radio 91.7. We're taking 2 stories this morning and trying to look for possible solutions. First one we took with regards to the law in Lagos State, which currently 31 drivers have had to forfeit their vehicle. Pretty sad story for breaking traffic rules. But we also took the story around President Buhari's statement with regards to identifying Nigeria's predominantly youthful population as one of the issues posing peculiar new challenge to the country. And one of the callers, Wally, said this is not a challenge, but actually a blessing, a peculiar new blessings to the country. I think Idris, Real One, also identified it as, this is gold that we should make use of. This is an opportunity for us to do better with what we have. I think one of the callers said someone that doesn't know where he's, how did he put that proverb? I can't remember. I think it was John. Or was it John or Sunday that made that proverb this morning? I can't remember, but it was a very pretty good one. All right. Now, if we're going to be seeking opportunities for youth development in Nigeria, what would be your your suggestion. Some people might want to come from youth empowerment, but I've always come from the angle that there's something faulty about youth empowerment that doesn't sit right with me. There's a lot that needs to be fixed with youth empowerment that hasn't just made it work. I've not one of the persons who is against the government, but I would say when you say youth empowerment, which is we're seeking opportunities for youth development and we use youth empowerment, how exactly has this youth empowerment empowered youths? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning again. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This time is more like a suggestion thing. So,
okay.
So, like you rightly said, there's nothing like youth empowerment. It does not make sense. The government's part is not to create the job, it's to enable the system to be okay for people that want to create the jobs. So, and even if they want to directly be involved in empowering the people, instead of giving them money,
okay,
buy farm equipment, buy you understand,
okay,
buy the machineries, and tell these people come and leave it. So instead of me to go and look for 100 million for my whatever farming project,
yes,
I can look for 5 million that I can give the government and make 20 million back in a year. Makes more sense. Now the government is not outrightly losing money. They can always retrieve this equipment back. I don't know if you understand. So
okay,
the government has reserved value and they've enabled somebody to do business, and they just employed a few people. So you're not doing giveaway, because that's what our government has been doing. They've been doing giveaway.
Okay.
Fix road and electricity. You don't have any business in actually creating jobs. Fix road and electricity and watch.
5 minutes before I stop taking any more calls. Let's get your comments. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling back. It's Wale again.
Okay, Wale.
I'm talking on youth empowerment.
Okay.
Every year we have what we call do they call it trade fair or a show of new technologies. That is, you spend millions, government spend millions of money to host this every year. And you see new intentions, especially by the youths. You hear the intention, you see them, and that will be the end. And you are talking of youth empowerment. Why don't you bring these youths who are creative, who have been able to create something, technology or anything, pump money then, and establish these industries for them? This will also have a multiplier effect. This industry will employ more youths. It's not about giving them 50,000, 100,000, or 200 and something thousand. There are lots of things that government can do to improve the loss of youth. Like I said, look for their talents. Our youth today, I'm even surprised at the abundance of talent that God has given to them in all aspects of life.
Okay.
So identify these talents and pump money to improve these talents, to actualize their dreams. And then you will see how they too will employ other youth by the extension youth, and there will be more job opportunity for them.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Wale. All right. I think at this point in time, I just take one more call and I'd make my final comments on the big question this morning. Please remember that the big question happens every weekday, Monday to Friday. I'm always a regular contributor on the big question. And sometimes we have guests, sometimes we open the phone lines. I know for a while we've been engaging both guests and callers at the same time. But today I just said, let's engage the callers. It's been a while we had this long combo. All right. And it's also very important for us to know from a point of view, we must understand that breaking of laws is not something that anybody should condone. These laws are put in place for our own safety. We've seen where vehicles have driven against traffic and have knocked down people. People have died. We've had very heavy casualties from vehicles colliding because of somebody decided to drive against traffic and some other people followed queue. It's really tempting to be in traffic for so long and not want to, and see people driving against traffic and not decide to follow that trend, because you can't literally predict what can happen in a split second. The way accidents happen in this country, you cannot predict. I had the opportunity of traveling to Ibadan, I think 2 weeks ago, and I was just 5 vehicles away from a diesel tanker that fell. And it dawned on me how some of these accidents, you can't even predict it. You can't say this is exactly what can happen in the midst of a crisis or in the midst of a situation. So it requires for us all to begin to understand that let us do what is right. This law was put there, but if no single person drives against traffic, who does this law affect at the end of the day? If everybody decides to obey the law, I think it was Rule 1 that was talking about if there's a traffic officer on a particular road and ensures that it's just 2 lanes, the traffic would move. But when it becomes 5 lane, everybody's stopped. I know in Lagos we say we don't like to sleep, we don't like to lag behind, but that doesn't mean that we cannot all do what is right. We all have to do what is right. It's funny how you're stuck in traffic for so long and you keep driving to the point where the traffic is free, and what exactly was the cause of the traffic? You can't place your hand on it. You're wondering, why can't you place your hand on something that there are very few occasions you'd be in traffic and then you say, oh, there's a tanker that fell down, you would know. But when there is nothing, no news of an accident, no news of a tanker fall down, no news of a heavy duty vehicle breakdown on the road, it's just people deciding not to be disciplined on a long run. And sometimes it could be really painful when we see that others are not doing what they're supposed to do. We need to talk to ourselves. We need to talk to ourselves to do better. I know this law is very, very stiff, and I'm really surprised that there is actually a law. I just knew yesterday when I read this report that there's actually a law that allows your vehicles to be forfeited when you breach the law of driving against traffic. But somehow it might be too much. But thinking it from a broader perspective, which some of you might feel, oh, then why not let's all obey the rules? If we obey the rules, we will be apprehended, because you would feel very powerful when a traffic officer stops you and you're doing the right thing. You would be very powerful to talk at the officer, to question the officers. Your actions would be so profound when you are doing the right thing. So on that note, I want to say thank you for being part of the big question this morning. And just to quickly weigh on the president's statement of Nigeria's predominantly youthful population is one of the issues posing peculiar new challenge to the country. It depends on how you decide to picture the word challenge. If you decide to picture the word challenge as a competition, if you decide to picture the word challenge as a situation, decide to picture the word challenge as a fight, it depends on how you decide to see it. But I think it's an opportunity for the government to begin to take advantage of this and prove themselves of why the young people have voted them into power. This is a wake-up call for young people. This 2020 has awakened everybody. There is nobody, one way or the other, that has not been awakened. And if you are not, it's not yet too late. 2020 is not over. You can still pick up yourself from wherever you are and begin to make changes for yourself. Do this for yourself. Do this for you. Do this for Nigeria. As much as possible, let's do this to grow and make Nigeria a great nation. Yes, Nigeria will be great. And I know we're great people, but we have to do great things also. Thank you so much for being part of the big question this morning. My name is Daniel Adaja. I will be here again on Monday at exactly 9:15 to 10 on the big question. At 10 o'clock will be Radio Doctor, your free health consultation radio program where real doctors advise real people. Let's have a beautiful Friday and a lovely weekend. Congratulations to anybody who's getting married, and happy birthday to anyone who is celebrating their birthday today, and happy anniversary to whatever it is that you're celebrating. Good morning.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917.
Uncle Dentist, what are cavities? And how does Colgate protect my teeth from cavities? Does it use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Most tooth pains are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
Hey, Mazi John, ebee ka iji ọsọ wee na-aga n'ụtụtụ a?
Ezigara m nwa m nwoke ego. Ugbu a, nwe nata ozi debit 50 naira. Akpọrọ stamp duty. Ebe a ka m na-aga ugbu a ka m mata ihe kpatara.
Hey, ọ pụtara na ị maghị ihe bụ ụgwọ stampụ ọrụ, stamp duty.
Ọ pụtazi na m na-ezipụzi akwụkwọ ozi ka ọ gịnị?
Stamp duty abụghị maka iziga akwụkwọ ozi o. Naira 50 wepụrụ bụ ụgwọ ụlọ ego ọbụla na-ewepụrụ onye ọbụla zigara ego bidoro na 10,000 naira maọbụ karịa